Greetings YouTube, Sebastian here. Today we'll be looking at a basic video on Spire. I haven't done any videos on Spire, but that's going to change. So let's get started. Spire is one of my favorite synthesizers behind Atmosphere and Serum, and it'll soon be in a Reason Rack, which is really exciting. So we're going to start with Classic and the Unison right now. So Spire is very, very, very deep with its Unison engine, so you grab like 9 voices. And you kind of get this nice unison already, and we'll add a second oscillator, and we'll have about the same. And we can go to our envelope 1, bring our DK up, kind of make a good chord. So you got that nice kind of EDM sound already, and you could add even more with these different oscillators. So we can have, for instance, 5-voice unison with additional octave added, and we can also do some of these fine tunes. Have some reverb and some comp. Yeah, so the Unison engine's very nice. I really like the Unison engine. Spire, just the sounds you can make with Spire by using this engine is just very, very nice. Just if you make EDM music or dance music of any kind, Spire is there for you. And yes, it's better than Synth 1 in my opinion, because Synth 1 still sounds really digital to me and sounds really harsh to me, and Spire is still a software synthesizer, but it sounds a lot more pleasing to my ears, and you can get really, really nice virus hypersaws out of it as well. So let's take a look at the wave shape function, which is this wavetable mix. It's more of a wave shaping kind of synthesizer. So you got your saw when your control is all the way on the left, but you can get this nice square sound when it's all the way on the right. So you can get that plane, chain, square, and then you can actually do your pulse width modulation with Control B. So yeah, so those nice funky leads you can get really easily. So let's initialize the patch. The LFO, or the envelopes, are my favorite thing in this sense. So we'll grab envelope 2 and we'll put this on the pitch of oscillator 1, and listen to how snappy these can be. They're very snappy, and I love these envelopes. They're just so snappy, and a lot of synthesizers I don't use because of the envelopes. Envelopes are a big thing. So I apologize if the heater is a little too noisy. And then you got this reverb right here, which they're planning on adding more reverbs in the near future. This is one of the best reverbs in a software synth I've heard. So yeah, so as for all these are nice. to kind of shape your sound too. So we got a vocal one, and you've noticed this changes the phase of the shape now, because our wavetable shape, or our shaper, is all the way up. So you just kind of get a phasing thing with it, which is not the same as this, but a bit similar. So this right here doesn't do anything as well. So the cool thing about Spire is you can take these samples or whatever wave shapes they are, and you can kind of just shape your own sound, your own waveform with them. So, you know, and the filters in Spire are amazing. So if you want to create those nice EDM style plucks, you'll be able to. And Spire is, you can make everything with Spire. Like, I do ambient stuff with Spire. You can do pretty much whatever with Spire. It's not just an EDM thing, and that's one of the things that people with Spire and, you know, and Serum, yeah, they're pretty popular in the EDM spot, but you can do so much more with them. So we could put in another, you know, oscillator, and we can have that be, you know, hard FM, which I'll go more into this in another video. We're just kind of build a sound. So yeah, no, I messed that up. And then you got these modifiers right here, and they're essentially just macro controls. So let's say, you know, I can go to my matrix right here, and I could, you know, I want to change that a bit more, so I just go all the way down here, click mod 1, and then I could grab, let's say, oscillators 1's, I want this control A, which is the either going to be a saw, between a saw or a square in analog mode or classic mode. And I also want more more of the shape coming in from the wavetable, so which you cannot really tell a difference from. So let's bring this all the way down. So we'll give it some unison, maybe 2 unison, make it wide. So with this, we got a nice little pluck sound. So let's get out of our matrix. Now what I like to do with Spire is I like to, you know, kind of muffle or kind of, you know, dampen the high part of the pluck, like this. And the envelopes are so snappy that it keeps some of that character in there. And, you know, let's go to our arpeggiator. The arpeggiator is basically the same as, like, you know, Thor and Reason, or, you know, there's a lot more complex arpeggiators out there, like the Rob Papin stuff, but I love this arpeggiator for the simplicity. So we can make this a chord, which is nice, and the velocity can be our key or hold step, and you also got different modes in here. You got a random, a step sequencer mode, ordered. Like, order means the key that you press first, so you got this gate control. And you also can, for instance, I think you can do it. You can use, let's see here, yeah, you can use the arpeggiator step to kind of modulate, let's say, our filters. So we'll go to our filter, so we can go back to our arpeggiator, and we can use our velocity of our arpeggiator to kind of control our cutoff of our filter. Which is, nice for those prog house kind of chords. And what is nice is you got a built-in EQ in Spire, so you can, cut out some of the lows. So, in a track, you don't really have to bring up your own EQ. You don't have to pull out a complex EQ. And let's add another oscillator in to kind of, like, for instance, I wanted to put this, no. And that's the thing, I kind of get confused because I bring an oscillator in and it's my error. So I want to bring in maybe a piano into the FM. So we could use this hard FM, which I will be talking about in a different video. I don't really like that, so I'll just go with a triangle. We can give it some voices. Bring down the density and the detune. Maybe bring in a little decay and do a reverb. A little delay. And what you can do is you can, let's say, you could build a patch and you can have your macro be at the yellow, which means that it's off, but it can be modulated to be on. So we can grab, let's say, our macro here in our mod matrix, and we can assign that to bring our oscillator mixer, so os2, and we can bring this in with our macro. And boom, that's basically a very, basic understanding of what Spire can do. Check out the presets. There's a lot of different crazy complex, setups and patches, and Spire is one of my favorites. You can get some really nice chill wavy kind of pads, really nice key sounds. It's a good synthesizer. I can't wait for the rec extension version, and I cannot wait to load my own samples and waveforms within it that I create in Serum. So anyway, this is a video on Spire, and if you liked it, leave a like. If you hated it, leave a dislike. I don't care. Have a nice day.